You know, as expected, we got some feedback from some traditional square range shooters saying that some of the close quarter shooting techniques we were demonstrating weren't safe. Well, in fact, they were safe, but they just didn't appear to be safe to the traditional shooters. The particular technique that we got feedback about was the one where we advocated throwing your hand up here, simulating a punch, a blow to the throat, but on the range, throwing your hand up here, perhaps grabbing the target stand if it's flimsy. At the same time, you draw your gun, and with the muzzle pointing away from your hand, obviously, you take a shot, and the shot usually goes around here somewhere. Now, if you recall, the way we taught this was a progression. We started out by going hand forward, hand on the gun, bring the gun to the shooting position, look, make sure that the hand and the muzzle are in different places or pointing in different places, then you pull the trigger. And from there, we built up to doing it at slightly higher speeds, more realistic speeds. The fact is, this is a safe technique when you do it the way we teach it. Yes, your hand is in front of the muzzle. On the street, if you're trying to fight off some bad guy, at the same time he needs to be shot because he's trying to kill you, that's exactly the position you're going to be in. Your hand is going to be out in front of the gun. The first time you fire your gun with your hand in front of it, trying to fight off a bad guy, you don't want that first time to be for real on the street. You want to have ingrained some muscle memory of how to do that safely on the range. This goes back to a point we make over and over in the video and on these tips, and that is there is a spectrum of safety. On the range, where we can dictate the rules, where we can force people to conform to the way we want them to behave, we can make the range 100% safe. It's only if people don't follow the rules that the range becomes unsafe. On the other hand, we don't want to be completely reckless, where there's almost 0% chance that we're going to be safe when we practice. If we look where we want to be, on the street, there's an inherent safety trade-off just because there's people all around and things aren't the way they are on the range. What we want to try to do is, in a prudent, practical, safe manner, try to mimic street conditions on the range. And that may involve us doing some non-traditional things, like shooting with our hand in front of the muzzle. Just because it's non-traditional doesn't mean it can't be safe. And certainly just because it's non-traditional doesn't mean we don't need to do it, because for real, we do need to practice the way we're going to have to fight.